Welcome to another week's episode of Jabin Praise. And ang series natin ngayon is Faith, Hope, and Love. For this episode, we will discuss about faith mainly. But we want to relate it with hope, okay? Which was discussed last time. So for this, we will explain and describe what is faith in relation with hope. So let us now proceed. According to Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. So we have words that we want to clarify or we want to comprehend here. We have assurance and then we have conviction. So these things define faith. Okay? So according sa first phrase dito, faith is the assurance of things hoped for. This is the definition of faith according to Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. We have this assurance or we have this certain confidence that we know that some things are going to happen or we will get or we will receive these things that we are hoping for. Okay, for example, we are hoping for better grades, we are hoping for a good life, we are hoping for happiness, we are hoping that at someday we will graduate, we will pass the board examinations. Okay, those are the things that we are hoping for. But what is the assurance that we will be able to claim those things, that we will be able to achieve those things? And that is what we call faith. Okay, that is what this verse is telling us. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for. We are hoping because we know that we can claim these things, that because we know that we will receive these things through our faith. Okay? So paano ba tayo nagkakaroon ng faith? Paano nabibuild yung ating faith, no? So faith is the foundation of hope. Faith is the building block of hope. And in other translation of this verse, sinasabi that faith is the substance. Okay? Instead of assurance, substance yung nakalagay. And it just says that faith is the building blocks of hope. So para tayo ay mag-hope sa isang bagay or sa isang tao or sa isang bagay na gusto nating makuha, we must have faith that we will be able to receive it. Okay? So that is number one thing. Okay? Kung ano ba talaga yung faith. Faith is the assurance of things. And the conviction of things not seen. So we are not able to see the future. That is true. We are not able to see what will happen later, what will happen tomorrow, what will happen in the future. But why do we still hope that it will be able to come to our life? Paano ba natin nasasabi na kahit parang sobrang imposible or sobrang liit ng chance na mangyari yung isang bagay, but we are still hoping that it will happen and we are still claiming that we will receive it. Okay? Because of faith. Because we have this conviction na kahit hindi man natin nakikita, kahit hindi natin nakikita yung anumang mangyayari sa hinaharap, okay, we have this faith na pinangahawakan natin. Kumbaga ito yung nagiging daan so that we can hope for these things that we cannot see, so that we can hope for things that we are not able to understand yet. Yan. So these are the two things that defines faith, the assurance and the conviction that we have. And saan ba nanggagaling yung faith? We are able to have faith mainly because of experiences, because of the things that we read in the Bible, because of the things that we hear from other people, because of the things that we learn. Okay? So maaaring yun yung maging source ng ating faith. It's not this what we call blind faith, na basta na lang tayong maniniwala sa isang bagay or maniniwala kay Jesus Christ. Because at some point in our life, we are able to experience His goodness, His kindness, the magnificent things that He can do, that He is able to do in our life. That's why we have this faith na kahit hindi man natin nakikita yung future, kahit hindi man natin nakikita yung hinaharap, is that we still have this ability to hope for the things that will or that are yet to come. Okay? So, in other words, faith is the trust that we have in Jesus. Okay? It is built from trust. It is built from this experience na naranasan natin kung gaano kabuti ang Lord sa ating mga buhay. That's why we have this faith. That's why we have faith that in some other things in life, Jesus is still at work. Na patuloy pa rin niya tayong ginagabayan, patuloy niya pa rin tayong sinusuportahan doon sa mga bagay na yun. Kasi we are able to experience it from the past. Okay? We have this testimony in life na alam natin na naging katulong natin minsan si Jesus, naging karamay natin siya. Siya yung nagbigay daan para makuha natin yung isang bagay from the past. Okay? Na maaaring pinag-pray din natin. And ganun yung nangyayari sa atin. Okay, ganun yung nangyayari sa present. We are still praying for some things. We are still claiming for some things. And because of faith, we are able to hope that it will happen someday. We are able to hope that someday we will receive these things that we are praying for. Graduating, passing the board examination, having a good life, having a happy life, okay, living well, and doing well. Okay? Doing the things that we love, being able to be in our families, okay? Complete family, happy relationships. Okay? We are hoping for these things. And because of faith, we are able to hope for these things. Because we know that Jesus will lead the way for us to receive these things, to get these things, to be able to achieve these things. And that is what we call faith. That is the assurance that we have, even though we cannot see it, even though that we are not able to understand or perceive some things in life, we are still able to hope for these things because of faith that we have, because of faith that we once experienced in our life. Okay? If we recall, if we ask ourselves, kailan ba tayo binigo ng Lord? Kailan ba niya tayo pinabayaan? Kailan ba niya tayo finersake? Okay? Maaring yun yung maging reason kung bakit we are still having this hope and faith in Him. Because once we have experienced how good He is, because once we have experienced how kind He is, merciful and graceful He is, that's why we still continue to hope for things. Even though the situation is difficult, even though the surrounding is full of maaring mga bagay na makapag-discourage sa atin. But we still hope for things to happen because of faith that we have in Jesus. So let us continue to keep our faith growing in Him through reading the Bible, through hearing the Word of God, through doing good for other people. Okay? Maaring sila, they are also hoping for things in life na maaring tayo yung makatulong sa kanila. Okay? And ganun din tayo. We are hoping for things to get. And yung ibang tao yung magiging instrument of the Lord para matulungan tayo to achieve those things and to receive those things. So continue on hoping, okay? Because the faith is the assurance that we have that we will receive it and it will happen. Okay? We have this conviction. And that is the message of the Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. How hope and faith is related to each other. We cannot hope for things that Jesus will give it to us if we do not have faith in Jesus. So these things, this faith and hope is related to each other. Okay? So it is connected with each other. As we continue growing our faith, so is our hope that it will be done. We will emerge victorious in the things that we are praying for. So that is the message of this verse, the revelation that Jesus have revealed to me And I want to give it to you as well, to read it to you as well, and to share it to you as well. So thank you and have a good day.